I am guilty of a horrendous crime on dating apps, and that's left me single, confesses Yana Hawking. And if you learn from my mistake, you might just meet the perfect man. So you guys got it. It's another one of those articles where a woman realizes after it's too late that she made a mistake, and she tries to warn other women, and she's probably going to be told to, like, shut up, hag. You have no idea what you're talking about. Another one of these. Confession. I am guilty of a horrendous crime. It's deeply shallow, completely discriminatory, and has left me single for far too long. I hang my head in shame as I confess the crime is swiping left on short kings. And by short, she means like 5'11". These mighty men of short girth, height, usually stand at around 5'7", give or take, and are ignored by the masses. Seriously, ask any whammons what their deal breakers are when it comes to dating. The answer, after a few wines, would be men under 6 feet tall. Yeah. Got to be 6 foot tall, have a six pack, have a 6-inch penis, which I think is like a 10-inch now. That is the demand. Yeah, everything's been, yes, Better Bachelor pointed that out. All the numbers have gone up. Now it's like, 6'5", 8-inch penis. I guess you can't really get higher than a 6-pack, right? Are 8-packs possible? Maybe. 8-pack abs, 8-figure salary instead of just 6. It just keeps going up. So now if you were to go looking for a short man in the wild, aka any pub, bar, or sporting event in town, they're actually easy to find. And you've been ignoring them this whole time. So they are short, the short, hilarious guy who has the confidence and strength of character to flourish in the face of conventional beauty standards. It's like you shouldn't be attracted to them, yet you are. They have to make up for what they lack in height, according to you anyway, with personality. That's right. It's the same thing that women who aren't attractive have to do. If they're not conventionally attractive, they have to adapt as well. Because you if you're not good looking, you better make up for it with a good personality. It's just common sense, really. All right, he carries himself like a 6-foot bloke. I guess you could even compare it to BDE, big dick energy, but in this case, it's in height. Are you gonna make some comparisons about his dick too? I can think of 3 right now that I'm attracted to, but I wasn't an easy road to this realization. Oh no, I have to swipe right on all the tall, genetically blessed douchebags first. Now that you're in your 40s and it's too late, you're starting to realize maybe I made a mistake or two. So, and here's the thing that makes it even more despicable. I'm a teeny tiny 5'3" myself. So really, who am I to be choosy about what height someone is? Now, if only fat women came to the same conclusion, like they're demanding that guys accept them despite being, the weight of like 3 women, and yet they refuse to go after overweight men. Like they're like, oh, I'm not attracted to overweight men. Yet you demand men to be attracted to you, huh? Hypocrite much? And yet I've often found myself setting my dating app preferences to men 6 feet tall and over. All I can say is shame, 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 Yana Hawking. Firstly, it's because with heels, I look ridiculous. Even with heels, I look ridiculous standing next to someone that tall. And secondly, height does not equal chemistry. It took you only about 4 decades to figure that one out. I discovered the other night when I turned up to a date with a guy who looked far taller in his dating profile pictures than than he was in real life. So he pulled the old Tom Cruise tricks, huh? When he stood up from the bar stool to greet me, I was ashamed to say I was upset when I realized we meet eye to eye in height. So I instantly expected very little from the date and thought, oh, well, settle in for a drink and make the most of it. Plot twist, it turned out to be one of the best dates I've ever been on. And then you realize how many of these you passed up over the years because you were so shallow. He was funny, polite, and once I looked past the height issue, ridiculously attractive. Big blue eyes, broad shoulders, and confidence in spades. Now, how many guys just like that have you passed up on? So I woke up the next day on a high and also a hint of regret. Yeah, there we go. Now she's asking, how many awesome guys had I missed out on because I literally overlooked them? Yeah, that's a question you're going to be asking for the whole rest of your life, actually. So the problem is, no, we think of tall men and think dominance and strength, but has no one watched a Tom Cruise action movie? He comes in at 5'7". Damn, he's taller than I thought. So I remember interviewing him a few years ago, and despite my high heels and his platform shoes, we were bang on the same in height. I'll admit, I literally swooned when I met him. Heck, even Sylvester Stallone comes in at 5'6". Damn. So Sylvester Stallone too, huh? Well, they do all sorts of tricks in those movies to make them seem bigger than they are, or taller than they are, rather. Yeah, I don't want to say bigger. That could imply other things. His current year, after all. So then there's Jason Stratham. Stratham at 5'10". Yeah. Oh, 2 inches off. Man, he's so short. Zac Efron at 5'8", and both Bruce Lee and Al Pacino at 5'7". Oh yeah, and Mark Wahlberg at 5'8", and even good luck. Even Daniel Radcliffe conquered Voldemort at a tiny 5'5". But they used all sorts of tricks to make him seem big. Yeah, and here's the final kick in the pants. Both Brad Pitt and George Clooney come well under 6 feet at 5'10" between them. So, ladies, what the heck are we doing? Well, you learned your lesson after it's too late, and you tried to warn other women, but they're just going to laugh at you. Yeah, they're not going to take you seriously because they know better. And then in a few years, they'll be writing the same article, and they'll be treated the same way. It's the never-ending cycle. That's why I always have these kinds of stories to tell. Yeah, these men are laughing all the way to the bank and sitting front row at Victoria's Secret shows, and yet we're being picky. Mm-hmm. But just don't take my word for it. Science actually proves that they are superior of the mating species. A recent study found by eHarmony found that shorter men usually compensate for their height. They tend to be sensible, kind, and less likely to cheat. So, well, that's a bit of a treat. Yeah. So this is true. So, if you're like one of the like 10% of guys that's getting all the women, you basically get to behave like a perfect 10 out of 10 woman would, because like you know damn well, even if you lose this woman, there's going to be a line out the door of other women you can replace her with. So just like how we point out with women, right? Like the tens almost always have horrible attitudes because they know they are tens. They know that, like, if you don't live up to their expectations, if you're not the perfect man they want you to be, doesn't matter. They could just dump you and have another guy by the end of the night, and it could be like 11:59 at night already at the time they dump you. It's no big deal. They'll be fine. And these guys are the same way. Like, these guys know, okay, even if you leave, I got like a line of 30 women on my waiting to meet me on this dating app. So I could be calling a booty call over immediately. They even know they're even known to contribute more to household chores and make better financial contributors. What do you mean by that? So, ladies, do me a solid and change those height preferences. You're missing out on a world of delight by constantly swiping left on them. You're welcome in advance. Nah, they're just going to tell you don't know what you're talking about. They know better until they're writing the same article. And the cycle repeats forever. Dude, I love it.